Hi, Beck and Sam here, and I've been having some crafting fun. I thought I'd hop on here and show you what I've been working on and finish up my card with you. So how I came to this is my one friend Debbie, she's such a great supporter of my channel. She will send me a message. I watched your video and love it, but I have no idea what you're talking about. So I thought, okay, before I finish up cards, if there's just a little tip or trick that I have that maybe someone else doesn't, I might be able to help you grow your crafting style. You know, we all have different things that we do, and we don't even realize that we're doing it. So you might find this helpful. But before I get started, I thought I'd show you the image I'm working with today. This image is something that you could win. It's a digital download from QKRS Stampede. Now, there is a FarmQuest challenge blog that every month you submit your country-inspired cards, and randomly you could win. You get to show off what you're doing and possibly win the images. And this is one of 3 of the images that you could win. And before the end of this, I will show you a second card I made with another one of the images. So let's get started. So I've been coloring up this cute little sweetie pie gal here, and I used alcohol markers, and it just takes a little practice. Sometimes people say that they're not very good with them. You can look up on YouTube how to color with them and watch people using them. And I used to do that to get a little better at it. So here's how I had colored up this cute little sweetie pie gal. And I was getting ready to put it together. And this has actually taken me a little while because I was trying to decide colors and color scheme. I really wanted this blue in her oven mitts to show brightly. And so I have been playing with this. Now I used a deckled edge die from Stampin' Up. Let me tell you about my products a little bit. This paper comes from this My Sunshine stack. It is, I'm not sure where, oh, DCWV is where that came from. And so I actually took a long time to decide on this because I was playing with other papers and it just wasn't looking right to me. You know, it's all about how it feels when you're doing it until you get just the right look. And I felt like this was perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue it on. And get this ready. As I was contemplating finishing this card up, I was not sure what I wanted to do. I felt like it was going to be really plain. And I think clean and simple cards are good, but I really wanted to dress this up. And I started playing with some flower dies that I have from Stampin' Up. I'm going to show those to you here in just a minute. Alright, so this could be finished. We could call it finished. And it's cute. But I want to get a little more fun going. So I have a die that I was using from this potted geranium set. And I cut out these red flowers with the die. And I was playing with putting it on, and I just feel like it's not the right color red. I couldn't get, I wasn't liking how it is matching. It's just not enough for me. So then I started thinking, okay, well, I'll just cut out some white ones. And that was just blending in too much for me. And that's when I got the idea of taking my white ones and taking my alcohol markers. Let me get some paper here. Taking the alcohol markers that I used the colors from my design in my image and use them to create my flowers. Now, 2B2 and 2B3. Alright, I always pull off the wrong end, so this is my pointy end, and I want to use the fat end on these. There we go. So I used the 2B2, which is the lighter shade. The other one is the lightest shade, and it was just a little too light. Now, I could do this before I cut my paper, but sometimes I like to kind of interview my paper. So I tried it with the white and didn't like it. And then I take the darker color and go in the middle. See how that's looking? Now that's going to look so different on our project. I just think it's a great idea. Look at the difference. Look at how cute that is. So I started with red, and I didn't feel like the red matched. I mean, it's okay, but it wasn't what I wanted. Then I tried white, and it just kind of faded in, blended in. And then I picked the blues, bringing in the blue from the oven mitts, and I felt like it was a winner. So I want this to stand up a little bit, so I'm going to glue these together. Alright, so I've glued my flowers down. What do you think so far? Now I've got a sentiment here, and I originally cut it out like a banner, and it was just too big for where I might want to put it. So I fussy cut around it, and I like the size much better. So all I need to do now is do some inking around the edges, and that will give a blend to it. And I'm using some Vintage Photo Distress ink for this. I sometimes like to do it with colors too. Bring out the colors in the card, but for this I think I'm going to keep it brown. Just like that. And I have to decide where to put it. And I also want to bring in a button. So between these two I've got to decide where. If I heard you need a hug, and this comes from, this comes from this Impression Obsession set. I just recently got it, called Sending Hugs by Nola Chandler. And it's all these different hug sentiments, and I'm loving it. Alright, so that's where my hug sentiment comes from. And I just have to decide, should I put it down here and have my button at the top? Because I want your eyes to flow, or do I want it at the top and have my button towards the bottom? I'm not sure. I kind of like the sentiment towards the top. I think that's where I'm going to put it. Let me check one more time. I bet you're screaming what you'd like, where you would like it. Yes, I want it at the top and my button at the bottom. So I'm going to put that on some dimensionals to pop it up. I could even put some linen thread behind it because I've put some linen thread in my button. That might be kind of a good idea to give the card even a little more texture. I think I'll do that. And sometimes I like to just loop it around. Let's see. There. All right. I would love if you would like and subscribe to my channel if you've been enjoying my videos. That would be great. It would be really helpful for me. I'm having a whole lot of fun here, and I feel good about giving you content. Whoops, sorry, I put my arm in the way. And this is just a great crafty adventure we're on together. All right? There. And I wanted to show you, I showed this in another video. This is a linen thread from Stampin' Up, and it comes straight when you tie it. And I just like to take my fingernails and go over it, and it starts to curl. See that? And you can get it really curly, like I got that one really curly. There. And that gives it a nice little curl. And then I think I'll have my button right about there. You could go back and put like gems in your flowers, or put some of the dots, you know, like liquid pearls. But I also have Wink of Stella that I might use, but I think I'm going to leave it just this way this time. Keep it a little more old-fashioned. All right, now before I forget, I want to show you my other card from the QKRS Stampede that you could win if you participate in the FarmQuest General Store Challenge blog. All right, here's the other image. This is the other card I made. What do you think? I used the same stamp set by Impression Obsession, and I did put some gems, and I used a little wheelbarrow that I have from Poppy. I used this Country Garden wheelbarrow, and I used some Impression Obsession dies for the grass, and that's how this one turned out. And I used a deckled edge die again on this one as well, and some paper from my stash. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and go check out FarmQuest General Store Challenge blog. I will put a link in the description. I'll put some information for you. And all you have to do to participate is take a picture of your card, have Instagram or Facebook or your own blog, someplace where you can post your product picture. And it just needs to be a country themed outside. Think outside country, pond, winter, and all the things, you know. It could be farm animals, whatever you think. All right, I hope you've been getting crafty, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye for now.